Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and today we are going to continue the iPhone 4 tips. We're going to specifically be talking about email. Now, email obviously is something a majority of people with a smartphone are probably going to use quite a lot. So let's go ahead and zoom in here and bring the camera in. There we go. And here is our email or mail button. Now this may be in a different location when you first get your phone, but this is what it looks like. First, let's go ahead and cover settings. So let's go to our settings button, and under settings we have mails, contacts, and calendars. Now I actually have 5 different email accounts set up, and these email accounts are for my website. I also have MobileMe and Gmail, and they work quite nicely. So you can add an account, and let's go ahead and hit add account, and it gives you these default options. Now if you have Exchange, MobileMe, Gmail, Yahoo, or AOL, you can use those, and it's easy to set up. If you have something else, you can go to other. You can add an email account, but you do need to have some information. You're going to need to know probably your mail servers, your both incoming and outgoing mail servers, but if you have that email, you can get that, or it's usually readily available by whoever you have email with. So let's go ahead and get out of there. Now within email we have push data or fetch new data, and for those of you that don't know or haven't seen my other video on iPhone 4 tips, push data actually pushes new email directly to your phone right as you receive it, as opposed to looking for email every, say, 15-20 minutes or 15-30 minutes, or in different increments. It actually says, oh, it's kind of got a maintained connection that uses more battery that will push the data right to your phone once you've got it. So you can actually toggle that and toggle the actual times that you retrieve data, or manually retrieve it every time you go into your email. The next thing, we've got all of these different options. We can ask before deleting. You can blind carbon copy or BCC myself, and what you'll see is when you first send an email, it will have a signature that says sent from my iPhone. You can actually change this if you don't want it to say it, or you could delete it, or whatever you want. You also have default email account. You can organize by thread, and what that means is in Gmail you can organize your email by thread, in that the same email address, you're having a conversation with someone, they kind of group together, and you can either do that or not do that. I tend to like that. Some people don't, and that's fine. Just shut that option off. It's all under settings. Ask before deleting. No, I don't need that. Okay, so we have preview and a bunch of different options. Let's go ahead into the email itself and show you how I manage email. So here's mail. These are a bunch of different email. A lot of it's YouTube comments and posts to the site, or subscribers, or comments on YouTube. A lot of it's that information. So I get a bunch of different email. Now on the top here we have mailboxes. Here's those mailboxes again, and below we have the individual mailboxes. So if I go to my Gmail account, here's Gmail and the individual folders I have, and anything I can or anything I've created on Gmail will show up here. Same for my Zollotech email. We've got deleted messages and so on. That's how you would get to them individually. If you accidentally deleted an email, you could get to it this way. So let's go back to all inboxes. Now this groups them. If you don't want to see all of those, you can obviously go to Gmail. And the reason you may want to do that is when you search, you don't want to search all of your email. So what you would do is you scroll up, and here's a search box, and you can type in what you're searching for. If you don't want it to search from all of your email boxes in just Gmail or just Yahoo or whatever it may be, you have the option to go into individual email boxes. And then you can search from the from, the to, the subject, or all, and it does a pretty good job and will find those. Let's go back. Now under all of my email, now as you can imagine, and probably a lot of you get a lot of email throughout the day, whether that be spam, junk email, or whatever, you probably do get that. There's a couple different ways you can delete this. We can swipe, and a little delete button will show up. Swipe back, it goes away if we mistakenly tapped or swiped. Now, that works pretty well if you just want to get rid of 1 or 2 emails. However, if you've got a bunch to get rid of, hit the edit button up here, and you can tap on them individually. And once we have these selected, we can hit delete, or we can hit move and move them to individual folders we may have created. So you may want to do that, and move them to trash, or you might want to move them to drafts or whatever. I mean, probably an email folder if you like to use folders. That would be a good way to move them. Let's cancel that and unselect these. Now if I want to delete them, I have this one checked. I hit delete and it's gone. Now to refresh manually, you have a little refresh button here. We can do that by hitting refresh. And there's only one more option to cover an email, and that is create a message. Right here we have the create button, and here's sent from my iPhone. Here is to from. So if I don't want to send it from that email address, we can tap and select who we want to send it from. So we can send it from Gmail, Zollotech is which I normally do. So we'll select that and just tap off the screen, and now we have my email address in there. So it's a pretty easy, convenient way to do this. We can tap subject, we can tap in the body, and once we tap what we want, type whatever we want in there. We can say hello, and once we put our address, we can hit send. You can also add from your contacts. I have a lot of contacts, but you have the plus button. You can add from your contacts that are contained within the phone already. So that's pretty much email. There's not really a whole lot more to go into. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but there are a lot of options to be aware of, and the thing that helped me the most is this edit button and being able to manage a large amount of email quickly. I think that really helps me the most. So hopefully that helps you out. Now if there's any tips that you know about that I haven't shared here for those that do have iPhones and could share with those that are getting their iPhone soon from Verizon or maybe getting theirs from AT&T, please feel free to share down in the comments box. I think that really helps people out. Those that are not as experienced and don't have an iPhone yet or aren't familiar with an iPod Touch or iPad, this should hopefully be a big help to them. Otherwise, thanks to all of you who've subscribed, and if you haven't, please do so. I'd appreciate it. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.